And yeah, so we're coming now to the very last bit. And I was doubting, shall we have a break in between? Shall we not? I decided to skip the break because I was worried about losing some of you if we have a break. So I hope this works out. Yeah, you've had a lot of, we have had a lot of inspirational talks during these last 2 days. I guess you're full of ideas, thoughts, and to get a bit of structure in it, I'd like to ask Reinout to give us a short wrap up. And well, afterwards, I'll continue with something else. But first, Reinout with a short wrap up, please.
Yes. Hello again, everybody. I will try to make a wrap up of the day. As I started with that today would be finding order in nature and order in record keeping, which was first addressed by Julie, who was looking for ways to record her naturalized plantings. I think I picked out two important things from the group. One is that it's perfectly fine to according to some of us, to give meadows a value of its own right, and to let that exist outside of the usual record rigor. And on the other hand, that when you have plants for which the records are extremely important, that they might better be managed in a different way. Also, I feel that oh yeah, also I'm happy that I think that for Julie this was reassuring that many of us are struggling with this problem. That's what my impression was from her reaction, and that's, I think, indicates a very important reason for why we are together here. Then after Julie, there was, sorry, I have a little bit challenge to focus here. The kids just came home. So Mike talked about the use of additional apps for collecting data with several pros and cons. I think one of the things that stood, in relation to record keeping, one of the things that was interesting was the discussion of the fact that many record keepers, many botanic gardens are creating their own taxonomical tree, and actually a lot of work is being done double. And a lot of taxonomical decision making is happening in many-fold, and it would actually be a great time saver to join forces. And I think Mike was actually calling to join forces to work on a taxonomy that we could simply mine from in our database systems. And then to conclude the conference, we had the two contributions from the software developers. First, Eivind talking about IrisBG, and for many of us already knew about this, the change in companies where IrisBG is now delivered by Composite. But it's nice to get an extra clarity about that, I think. And we met for many of us, it was an opportunity to meet Eivind and Mari personally, themselves. We've seen some new productivity tools in Iris that will be very handy and very welcome for many of us, I think, like the automatical tool to update the Garden Explorer, but also improvements in the import tool where fields can be deleted. I know that's been a wish for many of us for a long time, so it's super that this is addressed. And also that the import functionality supports the building up of the index seminum through the order, no, not the orders, but the, the functionality related to the index seminum, which I'm sure that many of us will be welcoming that a lot. Ovid also gave us an overview of where we can find additional resources and reference material about the new IRIS-BG and the new situation, which is very helpful, and announced the launch of IRIS-BG Lite as an alternative to a way to collect data in the field, which some of us are now doing with help of Floria. And also Composer Day opens up for the discussion or the connection with the community with a monthly video coffee room to chat up. So we know how to reach you. After Øyvind, we heard Howard talking of the botanical software of today and Floria and future developments. First of all, about the new version of Floria, which makes for a more robust tool for data collecting, which is independent of the sort of mother database that you're using, which should sort of like the ripening or the new Floria becoming an adult in its adult phase, so to say. But beyond that, the new extended team of botanical software represented the new team, extended team of botanical software to take on the challenges of software development, which requires a lot of specialist skills. And also later on, we saw the video of the greater context of Candide, to which botanical software has become part of. Yeah, I think this is about it. I hope I've wrapped it up in a proper way, and I'd like to give the word back to Margherita.
Thank you very much, Reinout, and thanks for welcoming the children. Okay, yeah, okay, so for the last wrap up, let me say this like this. Well, there was a lot of inspirational talks with a lot of new ideas we all came up with, I guess, after everything we heard and we discussed and so on. And but actually the ultimate aim for you and participating here, I dare to say, is that you put all of these ideas into practice after all. Yeah, so I would like to invite you to take this one step further. And for that, I'll ask you to take 5 minutes for yourself. Yeah, 5 minutes for yourself to think of 2 things within your own circle of influence you would like to change. So 2 things in your own circle of influence you would like to change. And pick 1 low-hanging fruit and 1 long-term goal. I'll put this description of this task for you in the chat in case you want to read it again. So, and I'm very curious, of course, now to know what is on your agenda for change. And I was also wondering how we could best share this with each other. And I'm aware that on the one hand, this is quite personal. So you want to keep it for yourself, or at least you don't want to publish it on a Padlet. So we're not going to do that. But on the other hand, the likeliness that you're really going to do it or ask others for advice is much higher when you shared it with others. So I don't want to keep you from that. So Howard, can you maybe pause the recording? Yeah.
That's a pity.
And well, Reinout, I don't know how to thank you for everything. I think I'm not the right one to do that. I can't do that because there's too much I have to thank you for. I can't divide those roles. But I'd like to give you the word.
Okay. Well, thanks, Margherita, and I will simply turn the leaf, because maybe all the developers of this, all the people from Botanical software and Composite could lift their post-it, and somebody can, the gallery view, I can put it up myself.
And if they speak for a moment, then they will all move
for a moment
to the first screen. If
and Margherita, you can lift your post-it as well.
Hello, hello.
And Øyvind and Mari, can you speak for a moment?
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Thanks. So we've been this organizing committee with Mari and Margherita and Howard and Ralph and myself, and it's been a great pleasure, and it's been great to be able to work closely with the developers of the software that's so important for us in record keeping. So great thanks to all of you for being there for your community and being accessible, taking comments, being open to what's happening in the field and incorporating that into your products. I think for us it's really reassuring that there is a way that we can come together here where you are on board as well. And I hope for you, this is valuable input for wherever you want to bring your respective companies. So thank you so much. And to express our thanks as a community, Ralph and I just spoke about it. How could we best do that? And the ideal situation, of course, would be to come together and have and enjoy the good life in Mainz. I would actually now like to pass the word on back to Ralph. Ralph, can you tell us what we have in mind?
Yes, well, first of all, I want to thank all the committee again, and I mean, it was a great success in my opinion too. And the credits for this success must be given first and foremost to Margherita and Harvard, of course, who did a fantastic job. You both are able to connect us, to moderate and to inspire our interaction, and even to entertain us. I think even if we were dispersed over the entire universe, that's really, really fantastic. Thank you very much for that. I will send, because we had not opportunity to have a drink here in Mainz, I will send a special gift box to the 4 of you from the committee with some digestible specials from Mainz in the next few days. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I just take one word? I'm not going to, but I want to remind those people who are here for the first time about, so Reinout was the sort of, when we talked about this quite a few years back. And one thing that is very essential about this conference that I really enjoy is the idea of sharing your problem instead of showing how great you are. And that's a distinct difference between many other conferences where people are sort of expressing. I mean, it's lovely to hear best practices. I love that as well, but this is very special. And I think Reinout should have a great, sort of an extra applause for thinking that way. And I think that creates an extra dimension to the whole format. So, but yeah, thank you so much.
I'd like to thank Mari as well for being there really reliably in the background, checking for everything which was there to be checked via the chatter who was coming in, and yeah, just really reliably being there to support us wherever needed. So 11 minutes over time. That's a shame, but I'm really glad that many of you stayed with us until, even though it's Friday afternoon and it's overtime. And yeah, but this is it. Thank you all very much.
Yeah, I will quote Mats here with the question of a beer. A low beer on the low shelf in the refrigerator is looking at us, I think. So go for that. Thank you.
Yeah, this was it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, see you soon. Bye.
See you.
Great conference, guys.
See you next year.